From Roughneck to Paper Thin, iconic hip-hop pioneer Lana MC Lyte Moorer has been thrilling audiences as the first female rapper in the game, a Grammy-nominated artist, and the first rap artist to perform at Carnegie Hall. MC Lyte is also the first female rapper to score a gold single. More than just an artist, MC Lyte is an author, actress, entrepreneur, and activist. MC Lyte on this episode of Leading Women.
She's phenomenal. She's not just a rapper. I think she is a master of ceremony.
A legend. True.
She's one of the wisest people that I have been gifted to know in this lifetime.
Nobody can test me. Rich like Nestle, thick like Wesley. Snipe out, I'm the type to be about crashing up in your joint and knocking the lights out.
I definitely grew up with music in my life. During my childhood, I would go up to Spanish Harlem to my grandmother's house, and I would hear hip hop. I would hear the Treacherous 3 and Funky 4+1 More and Shy Rock and all of the hip hop that we weren't necessarily getting in Brooklyn because we was listening to Yellow Man and, Shaba. Then I would go to Rockaway, Queens, and I would hear the OJs and Tina Marie and D-Train. My influences are so vast, and it's everybody from Rakim to Salt and Pepper to Shy Rock to Sequence to Run DMC to Curtis Blow. That daydreaming, that sent me back in the days like, ooh, this is it. I knew all the lyrics to everybody's song. It was like a love and appreciation for the music. Before music, I think I wanted to be everything I saw. Like when I went into a classroom, a teacher, that's what I want to be. Then you go to the hospital, a nurse, okay, a doctor. I went to a taping of The Cosby Show and decided I wanted to be a boom operator.
She was an entertainer. I would have friends over, she'd get that hairbrush, she'd pick a curly wig or whatever and come out and just entertain. She couldn't wait for somebody to come in the door. But I knew that she had some gifts and talents and she would entertain in some form. I later learned about the rap.
Sparkle, 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 on the microphone. I rock you in the disco, rock you at home because my rhymes are fresh. Always funky, fly, something, something.
We were walking on the boardwalk one day and she was on my right, her girlfriend was on my left. And the music came on and I said, what did he say? And she started rapping and I was like, wow, that is something. And she said, yeah, well, I have some of my own stuff. And I was like, get out. And her friend said, well, I'll be the beatbox. And her friend started, and she started rapping and I was like, wow.
After I started rapping, I went to Latin Quarters quite a bit. I remember going there with my Mickey Mouse sneakers and my Coca-Cola shirt. And Latin Quarters was a spot, and I would look on one side and see Chris Rock, and on another there would be Dana Dane, Slick Rick, like everybody came. And I wound up meeting DJ Clark Kent there. Yeah, I called him Tony. And I wound up going to his little basement studio and laying what would later be I Cram to Understand You.
She started out very early, at 16 years old. I didn't want to be the one to hold her back from her dreams and what doors were open for her. Say I would have easily said no. Would she be where she is now?
When the first album came out, I did quite a few tours. My first major tour was in Denmark. It was always some huge tour going on throughout my career. In the beginning, when you want to make a record, that's all you really hope for, is I want to make this record. Okay, great, it's made. Ooh, okay, now I want to do a video. Okay, shoot the video. Wow, that's great. Okay, now I want the record to sell. Okay, so it's like you're never satiated because you want everything to be, if not as good, better than the last.
I know that she has a goal to accomplish more in music and give back more. We're gonna have another record out, and I think that record will probably be the most important record of her career because of where she is right now.
The album is Back to Lyte / Simply Hip Hop. Is this the boom bap? This is not an album for the club. This is not an album seeking top 40 radio. This is for the avid hip-hop lover. It's my love to be heard. It's my love to satisfy the people when they say to me, Lyte, when you coming with something new, you know, we love what you did with that, but can you give us something?
The last album we put out was in 03, 04, and it didn't have any major distribution. We ended up with Grammy nominations, BET Award nominations, sync placements in film and TV shows. I mean, it was an incredible thing that, again, Lyte just doesn't give up. She takes it and does the best with it.
Everything is fitting large, but he ain't gotta be large to be in charge. Pumping in and out and out and in and here we go. He knows exactly how I want my flow and that's slow. Never questioning, can he get buck wild? You gotta smack it, lick it, swallow it up style.
Lyte came in and she was spitting crazy. I mean, paper thin, just alone, the way she started it was ridiculous. I can honestly say she's probably one of the only females I've ever purchased. There's no way a female MC can come out and not mention her name.
In 1988, when she first came out, officially, there wasn't anybody else that was really getting any mainstream, so to speak, recognition at that time.
This is when hip hop is still being developed, so there wasn't really a market for a female MC. A lot of people didn't even know that on her first record, Cram to Understand You, that she was a female. They thought it was like a young boy. The marketing and the marketability of a female MC was questionable. So a lot of labels might not have been willing to back her the way that they needed to be backed until she proved herself. And after she proved herself, it was all a go.
Salt and Pepper were dope, and they did what they did, but it was a whole sexy thing. Lyte was so dope that she didn't have to do the sexy thing. Although she was beautiful, she was just about her lyrical content, her skills. Guys automatically respect her.
She definitely stood on stage, rhymed with the fellas just as hard as they, spit even harder than most fellas. She was being perceived as a hip-hop artist and not a female hip-hop artist.
A certified veteran in this hip-hop industry, having paved the way for not only many of the female MCs to come after her, but also some of the brothers. Y'all give it up for MC Lyte.
I think big labels to me have always been a little shy of signing female rappers. I think Sylvia Rhone was the first to step out and actually have 3 at one time. It's been trying for the female MC on a major label front.
We had to prove our femininity. We had to prove that we were both dope lyricists. And that's what I admire about Lyte as well, because I feel like she has done the same thing. She didn't let it hold her back. I mean, she's tried a lot of different things. She's been fearless in her journey.
I wasn't thinking about the sexism or misogyny. I wasn't thinking about all of that. I was just being myself when it came to putting lyric to beat. It just was like, that's what I felt was in my heart.
I definitely think she's a pioneer.
Basically, you know, the first woman to go gold, you know.
She's at the forefront for women, not only just for women, but for hip-hop.
You don't have really any role models in hip-hop as far as women, and for me to have one that's pretty much my peer, you know, it's remarkable.
It was the most amazing thing when I laid her on the bed when they first brought her to me, and I took that blanket from around her and I looked at her, and she had this smile, like her lips were kind of spread across her face, and it was like, are you gonna accept me?
My mom is the last woman standing, meaning all of her siblings are gone, but she's always been completely supportive of me. I remember wanting to go to Latin Quarters and I was in high school, and she was like, well, write me something that tells me why I need to let you go to a club at this hour.
She was my only child, and you know, I didn't have a manual, so I did the best I could, and yes, I was a little strict. I did monitor a lot of things. I monitored the food on her plate. I would say, bring me the plate and let me see what's left on the plate. And one time she got a little slick and threw the food out the window, and she came to me with the plate and forgot the bone wasn't on the plate. So we went down there and brought the chicken back up and kind of rinsed it off, and she ate it.
I don't think there's a whooping that I thought I didn't deserve. It made me better. That's what I was told. Look. But I think that, you know, growing up in a single-parented home, I tried her. And it was times where she was just not going to be tried.
She had a very strong personality. And one thing, even until today, it started that I can never pick her friends. Her friends came from all over.
I think what she did from the very beginning, she created a way for me to see more, to learn more. She kind of went through the motions with me, helping me to find what it was that would be my outlet creatively. And she always pushed me to just go for it. If you think you can do it, turn that into you can do it, and then do it and get it done. It's great to finally be adults and make your own decisions as to who you want to befriend.
She's motivating. She won't let you sit down and not do anything. She'll make sure you get up, get the tracks going. Let's get these beats going. Let's get these songs going.
If you have family members that you're really close to, that's a great thing because it's a double banger, right? You get family and a friend all in one.
When I first fell in love with MC Lyte, and everybody knows that I love MC Lyte. It was something, I was listening to something on the radio, and it was one of the lyrics of 2 of her songs, and she said something like, I'm in the mood for love. It was some little Rascals kind of thing that she kind of intertwined into her rap, and it caught my ear. And from that moment on, man, I've kind of like tuned in to, you know, MC Lyte. There's always been something in my heart for MC Lyte.
She knows I'm in her corner no matter what. You know, I got her back no matter what. You know, everybody goes through their ups and downs and stuff like that, you know. And she's definitely been there. You know, I definitely been there for her too.
I've been knowing Lyte for a long time. I consider her one of my best friends now.
Lyte's like a big sister to me. You know, I'll do anything for Lyte. Don't matter what it is, I'll do it. It's no biggie.
Honesty is it. That's the basis from which everything starts. And if you can't have that, then you certainly can't have a friendship. Honesty is hard. We live behind these walls so often, do we even really know who we are? So I think honesty, you know, propels one to get into themselves first and trust that, and then having to trust others with that. Oh goodness, the film and TV. I've been able to do quite a bit of television, both on Yvette Lee Bowser shows, and one was For Your Love and the other was Half and Half. It was lucky for me that the creator and or director or whoever just knew who MC Lyte was and was like, okay, she can do the role, let's just get her in here. The movies, however, I did read for Fly By Night and Civil Brand and Players Ball, and they were all fun. They were all independent, so it made it a little looser. Voiceover work has really been extremely lucrative for me. I've worked with Coke, I've worked with Pepsi, AT&T, I've done Nike, Star Trek, I've done the VH1 Hip Hop Honors announcing. Right now, my voiceover resume is probably longer than anything else that I've ever done.
She's an author and a publisher. She self-published her first book called Just My Take. That's the words of inspiration for today's youth. Her words are actual poems and thoughts that she put down for several years.
It started off as just a gift that somebody gave to me, and it sat for I don't know how long, and it had the words create on it. It was a purple book. And one day I just picked it up. I'm gonna write in this book consecutively for however long I can do it. Every morning I'll get up and put something in it. And one of my friends happened to be going through regular books on a bookshelf, and it was up there. And she opened it up and she was like, wow, this is this is great stuff. And it wasn't a long process at all. The reception has been awesome because I'm thinking that I'm just doing it for the younger generation who aren't hearing these words in hip hop songs. But then it turns out that the parents are like, oh my goodness, I love this piece right here. So I think it's affected quite a few people I didn't anticipate it getting to. I always wanted to be a business owner of something. I want a boutique hotel, I want a restaurant, I want all of these things. You have these visions when you're young.
People say no to something and she'll find a way to do it. The household, the Lana Moorer collection is in selected Walmart.
That's a collection of home decor. We started in the bathroom, soap, dishes, toothbrush, towels, and it's just great for transitional pieces.
She owns a boutique that sells vintage clothing and newer eclectic things.
It's called the Shadle Boutique. It's in Studio City in California. And we primarily deal with women's clothing. And I just wanted to bring a taste of the East Coast to the West Coast. I've done a lot of charity work in the past. It's countless amounts of organizations raising money for AIDS awareness or a campaign that raises money for AIDS survivors. And I think the only way to move throughout this life with any type of integrity is to know what you may be bringing to someone else. Currently, I've started an organization with Yo-Yo. We sat down and we talked and said, okay, well, how can we serve younger girls?
We set goals, we wrote it all out. The year after that, we had our organization up.
I always thought in my head I wanted to be able to give younger girls what I had.
We have two organizations, the Daydream Project and Camp Destiny. Last March, we took 20 inner city kids to an essay writing contest through the station to the Mark Taper Theater. Then this summer, we had a group of girls attend the UPAC organization and we sent them off to camp.
I felt like I wanted to be able to give that in the same capacity to a new generation of young girls.
It's no way that you can make it and not want others to make it. I don't know, it's just her heart.
The only thing I can attribute the longevity to is the people that I'm surrounded with. I mean, they've got to believe it and they've got to help. Like, nothing gets done with just me by myself.
I love her. I'm so proud of her and the person she is. I'm just watching everything blossom. This is a woman who paved the way for all of us, and she's still doing it. She's still connecting and bridging women together.
She's timeless in what she does. It's effortless to work with her because she's such a consummate professional. Like, she's very dedicated and she does what she does and she enjoys it. So I'm a fan to even watch her to this day.
She's not stopping, at just one particular area. She's just trying to take it as far as she can go.
10 years from now, I think people will probably be saying that, what a wonderful woman. Hopefully she'll have everything that she has worked out, all of her plans in place, and she can just continue not only being a legend, but opening the doors for other women.
To have a fan come to me and say, you helped me through my college days, girl, da-da-da-da, whatever it is, that I helped in some sort of way get them through, or whether I provided, some type of laughter, whatever it was, I am happy to have been able to touch that amount of people.
Her image, her lyrics, the way that she rhymes, her flows, I think she will be remembered as a hardcore MC that eventually had an opportunity to show how intelligent she was and how well-spoken she was.
My hope for her is that she experienced the fullness of her journey in happiness, with peace, and with plenty of joy.
So always I love to look out in the crowd and I see generations of folks. Where's the 60s? Where's the 60s? They up in the spot. I gonna take it back even further.
I believe you do unto others as you would want done unto yourself. And I believe that if you work hard enough, you will be rewarded. But I think especially for those who are talented, make sure you pay attention in that craft that you have, because I think it would be an injustice to yourself to just let that go.
Come on now, no way. Dead that rumor, the consumer won't believe it anyway. Never play with the messenger. Ghetto Joan of Arc. When I'm coming through these parts like just
I love good people, good books, good movies, good weather. I love love. My favorite songs have so much more to do with everything in addition to just the lyrics. It's the video. It was the day that it happened. With Paper Thin, it brings back good memories because we had the train, you know, and we had so many great people on that train who I really knew.
I love them all. Of course, Roughneck.
Paper Thin, and my favorite song currently is Wonder Years.
Yeah, they all have a special place in my heart.